We'll start with time value of money. Okay, and based on this time value of money, the type of sums that comes is loans. Okay, loans, installment, this type of sums. So in time value of money, what happens? Say a certain amount of money today will not have the same value after 5 years or after 3 years. Its value is going to increase, right? Or a particular amount of money which was of certain value, for example say 1 rupee. 1 rupee was 1 rupee maybe 5 years back, but today its value has increased. Okay, value has increased means with 1 rupee you're not going to get much amount of thing. Okay. So time value of money means whatever the value of money today is, in future that value is going to increase. Okay, that means what? The value is going to increase means what? Whatever you are getting for 10 rupees today, 5 years later you are not going to get those same amount of things in 10 rupees. Okay, so you have to spend more money. So money is going to transform. So say for example today you have borrowed say some amount of money, say P. Today you have taken a loan of P amount from the bank, right? You have taken a loan of P amount from the bank. After 3 years, of course you are not going to pay back the same amount P. So if you are taking 10 lakh, if you are taking 10 lakh loan amount from the bank, of course you are not going to pay back 10 lakh only after 5 years, right? You are going to pay back much more. Okay, you are going to pay back much more based on the interest. Okay. So how much more you are going to pay, that is going to be based on the compound interest, and accordingly your per month loan amount is going to be. Okay, so say for example this is 0 time, that means present time. What is the loan amount P? This is at the end of 1 year, this is at the end of 2 years, right? And then this is at the end of 3 years. So say for example this loan amount P. Okay, or let me write down L, because I'm going to use P for principal. Okay, so this is the loan amount. This is a very important concept. Okay, this is the loan amount that you are borrowing today, and you need to pay back this loan in 3 installments at the end of each year. So what is the rate? What is the rate of interest? R%. Okay, so at the what should be the EMI values? So let the EMI values be P, P, P. Now how are we going to find out these values of P? See, we are going to bring all these amounts into one particular place. So we are going to bring all these amounts in one particular place, that is at 1.3. Okay, so what is going to be the amount at the end of 3 years? So A is equals to, I mean this same loan, I mean how much you are going to pay back. You have taken L amount of loan, but you are not going to pay back L amount of loan. You are going to pay back much more than that. So what is going to be, how much you are going to pay back? So what you will do, you will bring this loan amount at this point 3. That means after 3 years, what is the value of this loan amount going to be? That is A is equals to L into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power 3. Okay. A is equals to L into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power 3. Why? Because you see 3 years are there, 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to bring each of this EMI amount, each of this installment amount at the same point 3. So if I bring this amount over here, how much it is going to be? Tell me. what is the value of P going to be at this point 3? Can you tell me what is the value of P going to be at the point 3? It is going to be P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power 2. Why? Because you see 1 year over here and 1 year over here. So in total 2 years. What is going to be the value of this P at this point? Can anybody tell me?
P into R by P into 1 plus R by 100.
P into 1 plus R by 100. Why? See why this was 2? Because this P is going to be paid after 2 years. So the interest on this P is going to build up for 2 years. That is why 2. This P is going to be paid after 1 year. So that is why the interest on this P is going to be built up after 1 year. So P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power 1. Okay. Did you understand? Tell me, Dipakshi, Bhavna, Ritama.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
what
sir.
about this one? What about this one? Is there going to be any interest added on this? No. Because this P is paid at the last moment only. So this P will remain P. So this P3 will remain P. Now you see adding all of this will give me this. So L into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power 3 is equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power 2 plus P into 1 plus R by 100 plus P. This is going to be the equation for me to find out the value of P or maybe the value of loan amount, whatever. Did you understand this? And see, please don't memorize this. Okay, please don't memorize this formula. You need to conceptually understand this and do this according while doing the sum. Okay, copy this. Once you are done, let me know. We will do a sum based on this.
Done.
Okay. Okay. Now let us do a sum based on this. A sum of rupees 8,000 is borrowed at 5% per annum compound interest and paid back in 3 equal annual installments. Okay, a sum of rupees 8,000 is borrowed at 5% per annum compound interest and paid back in 3 equal annual installments. What is the amount of each installment? So you see, this is 0 time during which 8,000 rupees is borrowed. Now it is paid back in 3 annual installment. That means what? At the end of 1 year, here one installment I am giving. At the end of another year, here another installment I am giving. At the end of another year, here another installment I am giving. Okay. So this is 1 year. This is 1 year, and this is 1 year. Okay. I have to find out what is the value of this installment. So what you need to do? Bring this value at this point. I have to bring all these amounts at one point. So bring this 8,000 at this point 3, bring this P at this point 3, bring this P at this point 3, and this one is already there in place. Okay, and tell me what answer you are getting. You can use calculator for this, because without calculator you will not be able to do this sum. Take 2 minutes, do this sum using the concept that I just told you, and then I am doing it. Done. Ritama,
Massive. Sir, 2937.67.
Right. Okay. Bhavna, Dipakshi, are you able to do this?
Yes, sir, doing.
Okay. Let me do this. So see, bringing 8,000 at this point 3. So 8,000 into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole to the power. How many? How many years are there? 3. So this is what the value of 8,000 going to be at this point 3. That is equals to, now bring up p at this point 3. So that is p into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole to the power 2. P into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole to the power 1, and then plus p. Okay. See, this p brought 2 years ahead. So what will happen? P into 1 plus r by 100 whole to the power 2. This p bought 1 year ahead. So this is going to be what? P into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole to the power 1. And this p, this is the value of p at this point 3. Okay. So when we add all of them, I am going to get this thing, 8,000. So this one I need to do with calculator. So this is 0.05 and this 1.05 to the power 3. This is 1.05 to the power 2. This is 1.05 and this is p. Okay. Now this calculation, so 8,000 into 1.05 to the power 3, p taken common, 1.05 to the power 2 plus 1.05 plus 1. So that is going to be 1.05 square plus 1.05 plus 1. Okay. So that is going to be 29. P is equals to 2937.6, which is this. Did you understand? Did you understand this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Bhavna, you?
Yes, sir.
অনন্য এটা বুঝতে পেরেছো এটা কি করলাম? দেখো, এই কনসেপ্টটা জাস্ট তোমার জয়েন করার আগেই আমি করিয়ে দিয়েছি, রেকর্ডিং আছে, হ্যাঁ। তুমি দেখে নিতে পারবে। দেখো এখানে 8,000টাকে, যেটা টাইম 0 থেকে স্টার্ট হচ্ছে, আমরা সব কটা অ্যামাউন্টকে একটা সিঙ্গেল পয়েন্টে নিয়ে আসি, একটা সিঙ্গেল টাইম স্ট্যাম্পে নিয়ে আসছি। ওকে। সো 8,000 is brought 3 years ahead. How? By compound interest. So 8,000 into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole to the power 3. Then this p is brought 2 years ahead. So p into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole to the power 2. Then this p is brought 1 year ahead. So that is p into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole to the power 1. And then we have this p. Okay. So if you evaluate, you're going to get p is 2937.6. So that means month, every month the person is going to pay 2937.6. You see, this is the reason why you should think, okay, before taking a loan. You see that the person is borrowing how much rupees? 8,000, right? So according to that, in 3 years it should be divided by 3. 8,000 by 3, that is going to be 266, something like that. 2666.67, but it is becoming 2937. So he is paying 300 rupees more. Why? Because of interest. If you are done with this, then we'll move on to the next one.
हाँ सर হয়ে গেছে
Try out this one. This is also based on the same concept, just a little bit juggling with the principal values. ডান? ঋতমা হয়েছে?
না স্যার, করছি।
Okay, let me do it. See, an amount of 12820 due 3 years hence is fully repaid in 3 annual installments starting after 1 year. Right? So that means what? 12820. Okay, is the amount that is starting from here. 3 years hence. So this is 1 year, this is 2 years, and this is 3 years. 1 year, again in between there is 1 year, and again in between there is 1 year. Okay, so an amount of 1280 due 3 years hence is fully repaid in 3 annual installments starting after 1 year. So here the installments are going to come up. Okay, now you see the installments are not equal. It is given that the first installment is half of the second installment, and the second installment is 2/3 of the third installment. So if the third installment is P, the second installment is 2/3, so that means 2 by 3. The first installment is half of the second installment, so that is P by 3. Half of 2P by 3 is P by 3. Okay, now you see what is the rate of interest? 10%. So all I need to do is to bring each of them to this same time frame. Okay, same time frame. So tell me that if I want to bring this 12820 at this point 3, what it is going to happen? 12820 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power 3, that is equals to, now bring this P by 3 forward, that is going to become P by 3 into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power 2 plus 2P by 3 into 1 plus, so this 2P by 3 is for 1 year, 10 by 100 whole to the power 1, and then plus P. Now can you solve this? So this is going to become 1.1 to the power 3, because 1 by 10 is 0.1. that is going to become, now just solve this. This can be easily solved, and this for this also you will need calculator only. It's coming into 3 years. Oh, okay, okay. 1 second. There is one misunderstanding over here. Hold on. See, here there is a point to note. See, it is given an amount of 12820 due 3 years hence. So this amount P, this is actually not from the starting point. This is what is going to be the final value. Okay, this is what is going to be the final value over here, which is 12820. Because that is what it is telling, an amount of 1280 due 3 years hence. So that means after 3 years this amount needs to be paid, is fully repaid in 3 annual installments. So that means initially it was something, initially it was some L amount. After 3 years it become 1280. This is not the initial loan amount. So here we have to only put 1280. This is already the increased value. Okay, did you understand this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So if you solve this with calculator, you will see that you will get P as 6,000. Now what is the question? Find the first installment.
2000 answer হবে
Sorry?
2000 answer হবে
Now 1000 now. If P is 6,000, then
2000 answer হবে
2000. 2000.
2000
2000. 6,000 by 3 is going to be 2000. So this is the answer. First installment is P by 3. So 2000. 6,000 by 3 is 2000. Let me explain this once again. You see an amount of this amount. Okay. This is not the loan amount that you are borrowing. This is the amount that the person is going to pay after 3 years. Okay, so an amount of 1280 due 3 years hence is fully repaid in 3 annual installments. So this 1280 is paid after 3 years, okay, at this point in 3 annual installments starting after 1 year. So the installments are starting after 1 year. Okay, and what is the final amount that the person needs to pay after 3 years? It is this. That is the reason why we don't have to put any interest on it. It is already interested value. So just 1280 is equals to, now say this P by 3 brought 2 years advance. So P by 3 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power 2. 2P by 3 brought 1 year ahead. 2P by 3 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power 1 plus this P. Okay, so when you solve this, you get P as 6,000. And what is going to be the first installment? 6,000 by 3, that is 2,000. Is this clear? Everyone? Dipakshi, Bhavna, Ananya?
yes sir
Yes, sir.
Okay, once you are done with it, we will do one cat past test sum based on installments. This one is, I think, 2023 or something like that. Not 23, 2022 or something like that. Please try out this sum. Okay, let me do this. Anybody got this answer? Ritama, Shritama, Ananya, Dipakshi, Bhavna, anybody?
Sir, একটু wait কর। স্যার হচ্ছে না।
Okay, Dipakshi, Bhavna, any luck from your side?
So you only do.
Okay. See, only because it is cat past, I don't think that it is difficult. Okay. অনন্যা, হোয়াট অ্যাবাউট ইউ? এই রিতমা, তোমার তো হয়ে যাওয়া উচিত, তোমার কাছে হাত আর মুখ এখন দুটোই আছে, হাত মুখ খাতা দুটোই, তিনটে আছে।
স্যার হয়নি এখনো।
তোমরা বোধহয় অঙ্ক ফঙ্ক করছো না, তোমরা রেডি হচ্ছে বেড়াতে যাওয়ার জন্য, সাজগোজ
আরে
করছো।
না স্যার, যাবো না, কালকে যাবো। আপনার জন্য প্ল্যানই ক্যান্সেল করে দিলাম আমরা।
খুব ভালো করেছো।
কোথাও
তো
যাবো না, আসলে বাবার কাছে পড়তে এসেছিলাম, ওটা ওর বাড়ির কাছে বলে ওর বাড়িতেই চলে এসেছি। না হলে বাড়ি গিয়ে পড়তে বসতে দেরি হতো। আপনি স্যার বোঝেন না, আমরা গল্প করছি
দেখো,
নাকি?
জন borrowed, okay, 2,10,000 from a bank at an interest rate of 10% per annum compounded annually. See, in this sum there are a lot of unnecessary information for confusing the students. Okay, John borrowed rupees 2,10,000 from a bank at an interest rate of 10% per annum compounded annually. The loan was repaid in two installments, two equal installments. Remember, the loan was repaid in two equal installments. First after 1 year and then second after another year. The first installment, okay, the first installment was the interest of 1 year plus. Now see, neglect this part completely. This part is not needed at all. Okay, so you see, John borrowed 2,10,000. This is what he borrowed. So of course this is not the amount, this is the loan principal loan amount. Okay, he needs to pay it back in two equal interest. The first after 1 year, so this is 0 time, this is 1, and this is 2. Okay, so the first installment is over here, the second one over here, and finally at this point, okay, I'm going to get back the whole thing. Now remember, at this point there are no other installments paid. Whatever is paid in this two, you see, after 1 year and then after 1 year. Okay, and at this point the whole interest is paid back. So that is what this particular statement says. The first installment was interest of 1 year plus part of the principal amount, while the second one was the rest of the principal amount due interest thereon. Okay, so if I want to bring this 2,10,000 at this point 3, so what is going to happen? 2,10,000 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power 3, that is equals to, bring this p at this point, so that is going to be p into 1 plus r by 100 whole to the power 2 plus p into 1 plus r by 100 whole to the power 1. Now we just need to solve this. You see, here this 1 plus 10 by 100 is present in each one of them. So if I take common and cancel it out with this part, it will become 1 plus 10 by 100 square, and that is going to become p into 1 plus 10 by 100 plus p. Now see, solving this one is very easy. 2 1 and then 4 zeros. Okay, this is going to be 0.1, so that is 1.1 square, and this is p.
স্যার
Huh.
বলছি যে এখানে তো ইনস্টলমেন্ট লাইক পুরো ইনস্টলমেন্টটা সেম হবে না, মানে
হ্যাঁ
ইন্টারেস্টের সাথে মিলিয়ে ইনস্টলমেন্টটা সেম হবে না?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, এই তো, the loan was paid in two equal installments, so p and p.
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে,
ঠিক
মানে
আছে,
আমরা পি এর উপরেই ইন্টারেস্টটাও
of course,
ক্যালকুলেট করব।
of course, installment value is always same. See, when you take a loan, every year you pay the same installment. Now how is that installment calculated? That is the question. Okay, say you take a loan of 10 lakh, you take a loan of 10 lakh for 10 months. So that means what? You are going to divide 10 lakh by 10 and you are going to pay 1 lakh per month. No, it is not going to be 1 lakh, it is going to be more than that. Why? Because today's 10 lakh is not going to remain 10 lakh after 10 months. Its value is going to increase. So the principal, the installment that you are going to pay is going to be calculated accordingly. So that is where we apply the concept of compound interest. That is why we are doing this story. You see, otherwise we could have just divided 2,10,000 by 3, and we could have got 70,000, but that is not going to be the case. It is going to be more than that. Why? Because of this rate of interest. That is the reason why we are making this equation and finding out p.
ওকে স্যার।
So if I solve this, this is very simple to solve. 2,10,000 into 1.1 square is equal to p into 2.1. So this is going to be, wait, what?
1,21,000?
1,21,000.
Yes, sir.
So if you
Yes,
solve
sir.
this, okay, I don't know when this paintbrush will open. So if you solve this, it is going to be 1,21,000. Okay, so you see, if you divide 2,10,000 by 3, you get only 70,000. But how much you are paying? You are paying 1,20,000, almost double, 40,000 more. Okay, you are paying 40,000 more. So this is how the loan amounts are calculated.